talked often this year about your starts. The team starts the first quarters and tonight the third quarter. Do you have an explanation for why sometimes they're so slow?
No explanation. I mean, we know about it. We try not to do. We try to come out better. Yeah, I don't know. Just.
Darko said tonight you thought it was maybe lack of discipline. Do you sense that, or do you see it?
Maybe lack of. I don't know. I have to watch the game again. But we're aware of it. We make a big emphasis, especially in the huddle. I mean, during halftime, to come out strong, and when we go out on the court to warm up and come out strong in the third quarter. So, I'm just gonna keep trying again on Friday.
So how frustrating is it when you talk about it at the half and then come out and slow start again?
Mm-hmm. Well, it's pretty frustrating. So we're just gonna try to watch the film, see what we messed up on, what we can do better, and just try to end it and start coming out stronger in the third quarters.
You've had some really mobile finishes on the drive recently. How do you work on stuff like that? Like, how do you tactically get better at those drag steps and like offhand finishes?
From watching film, watching other players, and then in practice, trying my best to simulate it with the coaches, and trying to like try to make the finishes tougher, and have like bodies hitting me and bodies in the paint, and just try to maneuver and figure it out.
Who are some players you watch to get better?
Luka, Jimmy Butler. Yeah, guys like really good finishes.
Since the first 10 games, the team as a whole has slipped a bit defensively. Are there one or two areas where you really sense the problems are happening more than others?
No, maybe miscommunications. Like maybe like a late call, they don't hear it in time, and then two people on the ball, one guy's open. Then it's just trickle-down effect. They throw it to him, as an open shooter, and then like it just.
Is there any reason why that would happen more as the year goes on? Right, like you would think the communication would get better as the year goes on.
Yeah, I'm not sure why. We're just gonna try to figure it out via film and then in practice as well, and just try to carry it over to the next game.
OG's finishing has been really impressive this year. I don't know the numbers, but he's had some really smooth finishes, drives to the rim. Have you seen that sort of improving around the edges in practice and everything?
Yeah, no, I see him working. He's working on that stuff. I think just like more speed in his drive, like just catch and goes a little quicker. Something that, you know, like we kind of talked about, and I've seen him work on them, like just kind of like be more decisive on the drives and have a little head of steam like once you drive it, you know, instead of like trying to dribble and then drive. You know, he's like, you know, strong, athletic, so he's using that more, and yeah, I'd love to see that.
And I know this is really specific, but something recent that came into the league is using that like last step as sort of a rudder to like move around. Like PG-13 does that a lot, where he sort of uses that last foot to drag himself in a different direction. And OG's doing that for the first time I've seen this year. How do you add a move like that? Is that something you guys talk about, like specific?
I mean, I think he's just working on it. I mean, again, you just got to continue to expand your game. Find ways to get to the rim, just be more controlled, and I think that helps with that.
You've faced off against Kyle a number of times now. Is it getting any more normal to kind of see him on the other sideline, or sort of what was it like?
Against who?
Kyle.
Oh, yeah, I mean, it's weird. Still weird, but again, it's the NBA, right? You get used to it.
Do you have any specific conversations with him tonight?
Yeah, no, we talked a little bit. Obviously, always good to see him. Like, obviously, like, greatest Raptor of all time. So hey, always good to see him, and someone that for me was like a vet when I was a young kid. So like, it's super exciting to see him. And obviously him, the more like what they built here, like it's just like you don't even have to talk about it. You know, it's in the books.
You're kind of in that role now as the vet on this team. Do you talk to him at all about that kind of stuff, and what do you take from Kyle that you now use as, you know, the vet on this team?
I mean, I think like people are different. You know, obviously like you try to, you know, learn from people and then like get certain stuff from players, and I think like again leadership is like just kind of unique to who you are as a person, and you know how you carry yourself, and again like I think just like, you know, trying to bring guys together, like something that he always used to do. And like I said, he's like a floor general out there. I'm a different, it's like we're different, but again, there's definitely stuff you can learn from him.
Pascal, yes, this year much more than last one. Before attacking the rim or running the pick and roll to attack the rim, you pass as a team. You pass the ball much more. Do you have do you establish a certain number of passes to make before attacking the rim, or?
No, I mean just trying to read the plays, see what's available, and just having that gravity in terms of just people, two people, three people when you're driving. So just trying to make the right play.
Darko, the holes you dug at the start of the game and the start of the third quarter, any explanation for happening twice in one game tonight?
Twice in one game. I wish I had the explanation there. Start of the game, I thought we did a good job at the rim, and they did not score. They made 5 threes, and some of those shots open, some of those heavily contested. They got hot. That happens. But what happened there in the third quarter is something that we're going to definitely watch on the film and address everything that happened there. We cannot be the team that plays defense only when we are scoring. We gotta be the team that if things are not working for us, I thought that those stretches that we're getting pretty good looks. We missed layups, we missed threes, but that affected our defense, and our body language was not good enough on the defensive end. Focus, mental mistakes. In the first half we had only 2 turnovers. We had 8 turnovers to start that third quarter, and they went on a 16-0 run.
Is it effort, or do you think it's concentration, or? It's a lot of times it's a discipline. It's a discipline to do the right thing even when the things are not going your way. You gotta be able, if you missed a shot, still to go back on defense, still to communicate, still to get a stop, still to rebound. We allowed them way too many cuts in the first half that they scored easily on. 64 points in the first half. That's not considered good defense. And it's going to be really good and healthy film for us to learn from and get better at.
I think it's 5 of the last 6 games now that the starters have been outscored in their minutes. Would you consider making a change to that group, or are you not quite at that point yet?
We gotta figure it out. Being outscored, how much of that is a problem defensively, how much of that the problem is offensively, that's always the question there. We're constantly taking a look at everything, trying to figure it out. We're trying to go to different lineups out there. We went with Otto Porter as a 5-man there. Even he did not score points when he was on the court. He just gave us presence and calmness, and we were plus 14 when he was on the court. So we'll be continue looking at everything and evaluating everything.
And about Otto, in that second quarter, Precious had a really nice cut into open space with that Otto created for him. How much of a benefit does having shooters alongside Precious offer you when you can simplify the decisions he makes in space?
It helps. It helps with everybody. It helps with starters. It helps with Yak. It helps with Precious. Obviously, just the spacing is different when you know that somebody is a good shooter and that he demands the better closeouts and chase off the line and going over the screens. Definitely, it helps, and it helps with his decision making. But the whole team has ability to read the game easier.
And you mentioned Otto's minutes. I think this is the second game he's played in the last 6. Is it just rehab, or is there? What's the reason that he's not playing so much for you guys?
He was in rotation tonight. I think he did a good job tonight, and he's going to be in rotation for now going forward. If he's going to sit a game out here or there just for a load management, we'll see that. But he definitely did a hell of a job last week or so with his play groups and conditioning and just finding his way back in the rhythm of playing.
Darko, down the stretch there, I think it was Robinson got free for that triple in the corner, and then a play or two later he slipped in. He slipped the screen and got the layup. But it's kind of like your primary guys who are kind of getting confused in those coverages, and how frustrating is that to deal with? It's not young guys, this is Pascal, this is OG, this is Dennis. So how how does the message got to get through to them?
We gotta do a better job. Like first, you're right, absolutely right about that. But at the same time, Caleb Martin went off in the first half with the 23 points. So all of us, like all the players, they gotta do much better job. We gotta do a better job of. First of all, I got to do a better job of coaching, and maybe if there is any gray area for guys to clean that up. But everything starts on the ball. I thought a lot of times we got beat way too easily on the ball, and once you get in a scramble there, it's a completely different mode. We got to do a better job on the ball, guarding, staying in front of the ball, and trusting our shots. When the ball touches the paint way too easy, then it's a problem.
Does having this sort of effort after 2 days, not effort, I should say, performance, after 2 days off and then 2 days of practice, I mean, how, as a coach, how concerning, is it more concerning than it would be in the, 1 game on, 1 game off type?
I mean, Eric, I'm not really looking at it that way. Like every game is important. Every game has a value. We're approaching every game, preparing the best we can to execute offensively and defensively. I thought that that our discipline was not where it needs to be tonight. On offensive end as well, we went away in the second half of finding open men and finding early passes. Defensively as well, we just did not do what we're supposed to do there. So definitely it's concerning. Definitely something that we're going to look at the film and use the day tomorrow to watch the film, talk about it, practice, and try to get better through this.
Coach, Scotty scored 2 points in the first 3 quarters and then 10 in the fourth. Is there anything kind of being done to see how he's finding success in the fourth and trying to bring that earlier along in the game, especially, since your team sometimes, struggles with energy off the top?
Scotty for the game was correct, but 5 for 17. He took 17 shots. If he makes some of those, he's going to have more points throughout the whole game. It's decision making from the whole team, finding him when he's open. He knocked down he made threes there in the fourth quarter. He was missing before that. He missed a couple of easy layups there. I think this was not the best performance out of Scotty, but I think he's going to be much better going forward, and he's all constantly trying to find a way how he can turn it on in the first quarter comparing just to the fourth quarter.